I like the snail more, but I think it won't be any hyperactive child's favorite. How fast is the snail? Slow Seline. I'll figure it out in this video, let's go. Slow Seline is expected before us as a huge and strange existence with a seam on the back. By the way, it is not known if she was that big or if she was a grown by Givanium, like in the case of jumbo giant fidels and stinger flan. But it is known that scientists do not suspect that they will crawl at the speed of sound, since she was not favorite any hyperactive children, so she was really slow. We were lucky to meet a snail abruptly running to the door in the third part of the game in the memory of the stinger Flynn. And to find out her speed, I returned to this corridor in the second part of the game. We were leaving our test room. It here. Let's check behind. There should be 2 more doors. Grid. Speed usually means some distance traveled in a unit period of time, usually hour. We have a video where the snail crawls away, and it's very easy to calculate the time during editing. I think after this video the popularity of the snail will increase a little. You will just go nuts when you find out its real speed. And how long does it take to circle the whole Earth? I always thought that the Seline Snail is less popular, and even Roblox merch has almost all the more or less normal monsters, but there is no quality snail. Well, even that hat doesn't really look like her. And that snail flew most of the corridor in 11 fractions of a second. What? But how much is this, for example, in miles per hour? To do this, we are here. If we estimate the growth of our character, this is approximately from 62 inches to 70 inches, we will take the average 66 inches. Then you can approximately measure the width and height of the door. When we go through the overhead door there is some more room. When we jump in the opening, then literally 4 inches remains there above our heads. An untrained person can jump 4 or 6 inches in height. This is without pressing our legs. For convenience, let's take 6 inches. After all, our parent has already pumped up during the passage of the kindergarten. And that our approximate height is 66 inches plus the height of the jump is 6 inches plus another 4 inches of empty space. It turns out that the doorway is 78 inches or 6.5 feet. This is inside. But we will calculate as approximately as possible and not complicated. Now come on, who has geometry in school? How do we know the width of the door if only the length is known? Yes, there's no way to know for sure if you don't attach a ruler, because the door can have any width, but it turns out that it's a little less than the height and it just looks like it's somewhere around 11 inches if we didn't jump. So you can safely remove 9 and the width will be like our height, 66 inches. It remains to calculate the distance of the corridor at the door and add it all up. 57 doors multiply 66 inches. Result is 3,762 inches or 313.5 feet. Just snail do 3,762 inches or 104.5 yards in 11 fractions of a second. Awesome. This is about 1,045 yards per second, 61,440 yards per minute, and 3,686,400 yards per hour. This is all approximate, but just think about it. It seems to me that the snail is the most terrible monster. Is super speed for a monster of Banban's kindergarten. By the way, slow Seline does not exceed the speed of light, because it is 328,083 per second, and she has only 1,045 yards. But above the speed of the Lamborghini, which has only a miserable 382,764 yards per hour. For reference, the speed of the Soyuz rocket was only 30,621,172.4 yards per hour outside of orbit, and the entire radius of the Earth is only 6,967,410 yards. It means that a snail, in order to go around the Earth in a straight line, in ideal conditions, without obstacles, although it seems to me that obstacles will not stop it, only 2 hours will be enough to go around the Earth entirely and return to its starting point. What are you? Is it? It seems to me that the snail is faster than the Sonic, although I did not make inquiries on this. This is Bombactus World. Subscribe to learn more about Banban's monsters, and until new videos, baby.